Smelling salts are a preparation of ammonium carbonate and perfume. When sniffed, they stimulate or arouse our senses. Concentrated ammonia is the source of a noxious, powerful stench that helps in relieving faintness and restoring lucidity. In use since the 13th century, smelling salts were strongly recommended by the British Red Cross to be stored in first aid boxes during the Second World War. However, their use often sounds like a dogmatic folk remedy. Consider these early guidelines published in 1878. To rouse an unconscious patient, one must cleanse the mouth and nostrils to create a free entrance of air into these pathways, and then settle into a warm bath. The remaining steps include the passing of bathing salts just under the patient's nose and feathers to tickle his neck to revive him. In the decades that followed, the pungent aroma of smelling salts was inhaled by fatigued athletes or badly beaten boxers to help them regain consciousness. Nowadays, smelling salts are a composition of diluted ammonia dissolved in a mixture of water and alcohol, a solution that should correctly be termed aromatic spirits of ammonia. The solution is held in a glass vial that must be cracked open, like glow sticks that you may see at parties. If you don't know how to self-administer them, the instructions on the label make it quite clear, as two obvious arrows point towards a dot in the middle, above which the label reads, "Crush once and discard." As soon as the athlete breaks the glass and brings it towards his nose, the noxious fumes enter his nostrils, making him briefly writhe in agony, but also pumping him up for the game. The fumes irritate the delicate membranes of our nose and lungs, which triggers an inhalation reflex that abruptly alters our breathing pattern. The blood vessels in the nasal passages suddenly expand, opening the floodgates for a surge of oxygen. This concentrated flow of oxygen to the brain replenishes consciousness and makes one alert and energized almost instantaneously. Commercial smelling salts, whether they're solutions or capsules, particularly those with higher concentrations, like the ones used by athletes, should be held 10 to 15 centimeters away from the nose while breathing the fumes, to avoid direct burning effects on the nasal cavity. While some believe players can build tolerance to the salts, others find that its terrible smell, derived from excess doses, can lead to mild or even severe headaches. Despite the discomfort, adverse health problems or risks have yet to surface. That said, turning to smelling salts to cure unconsciousness or coerce a boxer to fight through multiple head injuries can be fatal, which is why smelling salts were eventually banned in boxing. Moreover, an increased intake of oxygen seems to be highly unlikely as a substitute for rigorous neurological assessment, and it should not be used to mitigate head injuries. The supposedly augmented reaction times and cognitive modifications haven't been scientifically documented either. The changes in perception could be psychological, a placebo effect, and may only last for a short period of time. Remember, a player who dismisses the potential seriousness of head injuries and persists by administering smelling salts might win the game, but end up losing their life. If you enjoyed this video, we'd love to hear from you in the comments section. Your feedback not only supports us, but also helps our channel reach more viewers and continue to grow.